What is up, fight fans? I am Jason Burgos, and this is a special occasion as it's not every day that you get to speak with a true blue MMA legend. As you can see, I got dressed up for the occasion. He's one of the few fighters that when you say the UFC would not be where it is today without him, it's not hyperbole, it's just the facts, people. He's a former UFC light heavyweight champion, and on a man that's on many fans' Mount Rushmore of MMA. And on June 11th, he will be putting on his referee shirt in the main event of the latest edition of Celebrity Boxing. He is the one, the only. He's the Iceman. He is Chuck Liddell, Senor Iceman. Thank you so much for the time today.
Yeah, how you doing, man? It's good to be here.
I mean, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. There's never enough time, and never enough time for all the questions I have. So I'll just jump right into what I have. So first, tell me how this refereeing gig came together. Who reached out to you? And I know you have some gym reffing experience based on some other interviews and stuff like that. I've read that you did. But when they tell you, when Celebrity Boxing calls and they say to you, okay, we want you to be a ref for Lamar Odom versus Aaron Carter, do you A, giggle a little bit to yourself, or do you B, say, who?
Yeah. Honestly, I went, what? Wait, are they fighting on the same card, or you mean each other? Like, it's like, I know Aaron. I was on Dancing with the Stars with Aaron, a nice kid.
Okay.
I actually like him. Good guy, and but I'm like thinking, he's like,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, not to be. I picture like the guy, the big brother with the hand on his head.
Yeah, exactly.
But on my podcast, I got Icebreakers. I got to interview both of them, so talk to both of them about their training and get ready for the fight. And Lamar was given the patent answers. I'm not underestimating anybody. I'm not doing this. I'm training at this place and I'm doing that. And, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm convinced that he's taking this serious, other than he's just going to run out there and run across the ring and destroy Aaron. And Aaron is really, really taking it serious. He's got trainers. He's like, moving around. He's got strategy. He's really into it. I mean, he looks like, so and he's got the right idea. He's going to run around and try to get him tired before he does anything. All right. Before he engages really too much. And so, I think that if he tries that, I think they might make it interesting. See, guys, it's always fun to see. I like to see the guys get tired. It's so funny to watch guys get used to fighting, especially in front of people. These guys have performed in front of people a lot of times, but it's a different thing to go out and fight in front of people for a lot of people. It's a little strange. So, it'll be interesting to see if because you get fatigue fatigue really gets on people. So it'd be interesting to see if you can get them tired a little bit, see if you can start pushing them around.
And I'm glad you brought up the fatigue thing and how this element of these kind of fights can get kind of, less than professional, because celebrity boxing isn't like a new thing. They were doing this stuff like 20 plus years ago. However, because of the Paul brothers and how big they've gotten, it's in vogue again. And celebrities getting in fight shape and punching each other in the face is a thing now. But what are your thoughts on this? For me, I don't love it, but I feel like if there's celebrities in the main event and they're giving some shine to some actual really professional, hardworking boxers, say, on the undercard, then I'm all for it. They're giving them shine.
I think you're talking about two different events, though. Like the Triller event is where they got a real fight, and if real fighters are on there making money and getting paid better because those guys are on there having their show and their goofy stuff at the end. Yeah, great. As long as if there's real, But the other thing too, after that last show, people were complaining about the Triller event. I'm like, you know what you were buying. Right?
Clearly they did it.
like you know what you're getting. You bought the thing. It's gonna have performances on it. It's gonna have Snoop is there.
Yep.
He's getting stoned. Are you surprised? Come on, it's Snoop. And he did. I think Snoop did a great job for what you expect Snoop to do.
Exactly. True.
And then. It was entertaining. You had Dela Hoya was entertaining. That was fun. Oh man. But it was. But like this is really a celebrity boxing.
Yeah.
These guys go out there, and that it's like the old tough man contest. Like, it's just a different thing. It's not the same sport.
True.
Like I like boxing, I like MMA, I like kickboxing, but they're all three of them different sports. And like I think tough man is just it's another version of that, like a little sideshow to that. Yeah. And you know, you get what you're looking for. I mean, as long as I want to. My job as a referee is just to keep them busy. I want to keep them busy and get them as tired as I can. That is my job as a referee, but it just keep them moving. I mean, that's the one thing the only thing that can make that real boring if guys start just laying on each other, just hands up and they're not, and they don't have the community. That's the only thing that makes it real boring. Other than that, you're getting what you're looking for. If you're out there to see guys, they're going to get guys that, and these guys have been trying, they've been working hard at forever, however long they're working on doing it. But I don't know if these guys work more than months.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have been, training for years, Odom says he had some training back in the day, just working out, but as just a workout for off-season workout kind of thing. So I don't know. So we'll see. It's gonna be fun. I mean, it's always entertaining for me to watch that. I like those in a different way. It's not the way I watch fights. I mean, I love a high level. I mean, UFC fight. I like the high level UFC fights. I like high level boxing fights. I like kickboxing fights. But I mean, it's a show. It's different.
True. Now, I'm glad that you brought up Oscar De La Hoya, because a couple months ago, Oscar announced he's returning for this Triller Fight Club out of retirement fight. You have a history with him from your last fight, not a positive one, after he sold you and Tito Ortiz a bag of goods he couldn't deliver. Now, there were rumors about, Eddie Alvarez might be a possible opponent. I know the weight difference would be more of an issue in this possibility, but is there part of you that wonders, you know what? I wouldn't mind being the guy who welcomes the Golden Boy back to combat sports and get to punch him in the face.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't mind punching him in the face. That made me feel a little better about that stuff. But I mean, I don't know. I think I'm way too big for way too big size for him. He don't have to worry about me catching him. I mean, he's a slick boxer, man. He's a great fighter, but I still got heavy hands.
Now, going from, that's an unlikely one, but one that I feel is more likely, continuing on that idea, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, really started this whole thing, and really started up Triller to what it is right now, and this idea of fighters coming out of retirement and stuff like that and fighting. For me, no two names struck more fear in their sport during their prime than Tyson in boxing, Chuck Liddell in MMA. Mike has long been a supporter of MMA. What are your thoughts about a Liddell-Tyson exhibition in Triller, or even Evander Holyfield after he does his return fight? Evander Holyfield.
Look, Ariel Helwani called me a long time ago. He said, "Hey, man, I hear a rumor you're going to fight Tyson for $10 million." Mm-hmm. I said, I haven't heard of it, but if they've got $10 million, I will fight Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. at the same time.
So I mean, is that I looking
at? You
at
have to lose there. You have nothing to lose. I mean, it's boxing. Yeah. It's one of those things. It comes down to in boxing. I always have a puncher's chance going out there. But I mean, he should beat me in boxing. If we fight in an MMA ring or in the street, I'm gonna win. I mean, it's that simple. But it's. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Mike's, and a big fan of Roy Jones Jr.'s too. Yeah. So either of those guys, man, it'd be an honor to be in the ring with them.
Now,
I'll go down swinging.
I've seen a lot of fighters, especially Eddie Alvarez, even brought this up, and other fighters, they're talking about how they, in a way, getting kind of annoyed that you have to have you're having this MMA guys go over to boxing, but there's no reciprocation. You're not having these boxers really come and do MMA. Does that annoy you too?
And really, you haven't seen any. If you're talking about the guys that they have going over right now, you take guys like Askren, who has no striking at all, and have him go over. And then Woodley. I mean, Woodley's guy is a. The thing that makes him good at striking at all in MMA is the fact you don't worry about him taking you down. If you don't worry about him taking you down, without that, he's a low level striker. So, but now he's going to go box, and I'm sure he doesn't have that much confidence in himself if he's not, he didn't take the double or nothing.
Are you surprised that he's an underdog to Jake? Does that not surprise you then?
I don't know. It's boxing. I mean, it's different. I mean, and Jake has punching power, and he just came off of knocking out another wrestler that came over. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Is there any, because you've been in
I mean, I think it's going to be a little tougher than Jake thinks, but
yeah, that's what I figured too.
I think his camp really kind of, they're looking for the best guy that they think they can beat. Mm-hmm. Biggest name with the that fits the profile that they can beat.
Yeah. So
that's who they think they went for. So, I mean, it worries me that he was nervous about taking that double or nothing bet. Someone told me about that. I'm like, I mean, you tell me that, I'm done.
You've been around, in acting.
How about I take your purse?
You've been in the sports game for a long time, big star. Been in the acting game for a long time. Have frequented and met a lot of different people. Are there any people that you've encountered in either industry, a celebrity, an actor, or an athlete in another sport, where you look at them with those fighter eyes that knows who can actually fight? Do you ever look at someone and say, that guy, if he did celebrity boxing, now that guy would be pretty good? Like, for example, Dolph Lundgren, you've worked with a few times, a guy like that. Is there any actor, celebs that you like, that guy can kick ass?
Dolph has a background in Kyokushin, so I mean, I think he's a tough guy anyway. Those guys, that's a brutal style. They beat the hell out of each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot. It just depends. I mean, I'm looking for guys, athletes, sort of with the background, or guys with. There's guys out there with wrestling backgrounds. There's guys you don't know. There's a lot of sleepers out there. It's like my buddy Lorenzo Neal. We were in Hawaii. I was meeting him out at the Pro Bowl. I got there late, and he had a fight set up for me and him tag teaming against Pepper Johnson and somebody else on the beach. Like on the beach when I got there, I say, "You're in." He's like, "You're in." It's 25 grand. I got you. You're in. We're going. We're gonna fight. And I show up. And I'm like, "Okay." I've been drinking on the plane, but okay, let's go. And we get there, and then oh man, I didn't think he was coming. I thought you were messing around. Like we're not fighting, but my thing was Lorenzo Neal is my boy. He's an All-American wrestler. I'm like, I got my All-American wrestler and me against them. Okay, we're perfect. Good. Yeah. Let's do it. So you never know what people what their background is. So, I would look for the guys that have a background in a good athletic background.
Yeah. Was there ever like one guy, be it someone a little before your time, someone during your time as an active competitor, or even maybe someone from the current generation that like the fighter in you like wonders, damn, if I would have fought that guy in my prime years when I was active, man, that would have been interesting. Do you wish like someone like Anderson Silva, Fedor Emelianenko, or even now Daniel Cormier, Blachowicz, John Jones, Israel Adesanya, like you wonder?
John Jones is always going to be the one I would like to shot at because I just think styles make fights, and I think I match up with him so well.
Yeah.
Because I would take away the one thing that he does so well. He's able to control where the fight's fought. Like if the guy's a real good striker, he takes him down. The guy's good on the ground, he stays up.
Yeah,
he moves around, and he's able to use his reach and move around. And for me, he's not going to be able to do that with me. He's not going to take me down at will. He's not going to be able to. I'll stop him, take him down. I'll get back up if he does, and then I'll have to strike with me. And I'm longer than he thinks. I'm longer than people think. John, when we did for my reach, when they measured it, he had me pull it in, so he wanted me to be shorter. So they list me at a 76-inch reach, and we measured it. I have a 79-inch reach. So,
wow.
But I'm not. I'm deceptively long. So, I mean, he's got a long reach, but he's not gonna be that far away from me. And he likes to lean back, which for me, when you lean back like that and get out of the punches, he's good at timing and getting away. But that's great for an overhand right. It's when I see guys doing, I go, oh, yeah, here it comes.
You have been, like I mentioned, celebrity long time and are well experienced on like these like ambush interviews that happen in California by like TMZ and outlets like that. I was watching a recent interview with you where they came at you after you just got a damn pizza. You handled it great, but is there ever a point where you're like, Good Lord, I just want to get my pizza and be left the hell alone, TMZ. Have you ever come close to hitting them with a Chuck Liddell 2-piece? Did they ever push you too far at one time?
You know what, man? They're most of those guys are pretty good guys. I
Okay.
mean, they don't. I mean, obviously, I'm not trusting them not to. If they catch me doing something that I'm not supposed to do, they're not going to put it out there. But
Yeah.
they're pretty nice guys. I mean, they're really kind of respectful. I know that the guy actually got me there. I mean, he's a senior in my neighborhood, and if I was with my kids, he always make sure, hey man, is it all right? Like,
okay.
is it okay? Yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
For me, like I can, I have fun with them. I mean, I've nothing to hide, so I'm out there. They want to talk, we can talk. I mean, it's not, it's okay. It gets pressed for the fights. I mean, we're trying to sell fights, right?
Yeah. What's the latest with your acting work? Is there something on the horizon we should keep an eye out for? Is there something you're working on now that you're excited about?
I honestly, I had a couple things. I was really excited. I finally got a lead role where I was playing a bodyguard for the president, and it, it's one of those things that just during the COVID thing kind of got, but we're working on it, get some new parts on it. Stuff starting back up and started working on it. I'm still interested in being an actor, so I'm gonna keep working at it.
Is there is there any other notable actors that's already signed on to be in that movie, or still early in the process?
I think it went through like 3 different times where it was gonna go, and then they let it go. The part. So I talked to Dolph about. He said he's got a part for me in the movie if they get around to doing it again. So there's a few things. Yeah, it was a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool script. But we'll see.
Give me as much details as you can without giving too much. What makes it a cool script for you in your mind?
Well, it gives me a chance. Even though it's an action kind of, it gives me a chance to act and pretend, like be something I'm not just playing.
Okay.
I'm not just trying to play me or play a tough guy version of me.
Yeah.
So
are you out there doing like script readings for like romantic comedies? Is that what we're gonna see? We're gonna do Iceman comedy?
I joke around about that. That's probably, people ask me if I have to pick a genre, just one genre. That would be it. That's my favorite.
Really?
So I like to relax. I like to watch movies, have a good time, relax, and honestly, that would be a lot of fun to do. I mean, it's one of those things I make people laugh and stuff like that just because I do things that they don't expect.
Yeah.
It's kind of goofy. I do something goofy. It's not normal. So, but we'll see. I mean, I like the action films. I like getting out there and just anything.
Sometimes the term legend is used too easily, and a lot of athletes aren't, big on being called that. When you're introduced as a legend, how does it make you feel? Because your place in helping to take this sport to where it is today, it's massive. It can't be denied. It's well deserved. But is it a term that makes you uncomfortable, or you receive it because
Honestly, I've always kind of okay, I just kind of thank you. It's cool. I think the coolest thing, like just recently, actually, my son was walking with me, 7, walking some. I was my arm. He goes, "Hey, why do people keep calling you legend?" I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because he hears people walking by. I don't even hear. I'm not kidding. People hate it. Talking about me from the side, and he's like, people were just coming up and people said it in the road. So
Yeah.
He said that it was really cool. That was that guy makes you okay.
If you enjoyed this edition of Jason Burgos' Back Talk, you can follow and subscribe on YouTube, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Player FM, and many more podcast formats.